everyone, it's Lisa here. I'm Little Annie Z. This is Little Annie Z and Mama Z Flosstube channel. I'm Little Annie Z on Instagram, and again, my mom is not able to be with me, and sometimes my daughter Christiana comes and joins me. She's done that one time, and I would love for her to come again, but my mom has been, I think I mentioned in my other video, really busy at the tail end of traveling. She got into doing Christmas gifts, and she also has expanded her her craft room a little bit. So hopefully in the new year we'll get together again and be able to do a floss tube together. So I have not been with you in quite some time. I think it's been, at least for a floss tube, it's been over a month. But I have a lot to share with you, and I'm going to kind of mix the haul section in with everything else because I would feel scattered if I didn't, because I've got everything spread out here. So I thought, since it is has been some time since I've been with you, I would just reintroduce myself and let you know that it's usually my mom and I. So we will get started in the floss tube. So I have a DIY section that I wanted to share with you today. I have a linen parade. I have a Blackbird Designs parade, book parade, and I have several finishes and a couple whips, and I'm going to share my plans with you for the new year. I'm not sure that I will be doing another floss tube before the holidays, but just in case, I'll share those plans with you. So thank you so much for all of the new subscribers and followers on Instagram. Even though I haven't put out any new videos, I've been still getting some new subscribers. So thank you if you are sending people our way, or if you are just came across the floss tube and decided to subscribe. Not that I'm looking for subscribers. I'm doing this because this is such a rich community. I love honing in on new skills that I'm learning from everybody, and you know, I have actually met some floss tubers that I watch, and I'll get into that in a little bit. And I've also I joined a Zoom group, and that was like way out of my comfort zone because I've only used Zoom for business purposes. So to do it, it's just like these people, these ladies are just really friendly. I have not met any creepy people. So cross stitchers are not creepy people, and it's just fun. So anyway, I just really am enjoying being a part of this community. It's been almost a year. In December, I found Flosstube last year, 2020, and so it's been awesome. So I wanted to just kind of give you a little bit of a life update for me. Really not much to report over the last month or so. Oh, I told you that we were going to a baby shower and or a baby reveal, gender reveal. So I don't know if I told you my niece is having a baby boy. So she's expecting in February. So we're really excited. Hobby farm update. It's been really quiet. We have not done much this season. except do some lettuce planting in the vertical aeroponic garden that I have. Mostly due to the fact that we are in the throes of a partial RV renovation because we have a leak in the camper that we're trying to find the source of it and fix it ourselves. And ourselves meaning my husband. And so anyway, we're down to 2 chickens. I don't know what has happened, but 2 of our chickens have just died over the last couple months. I don't know why. My husband said they're just old. I guess the breed that we have only lives for a certain amount of time. So that was sad. But we've got 2 left, and probably in the spring we'll get some more. I went to my first retreat, and that was so much fun. I will get into that in a moment. But it was a day retreat, and it was perfect for me for my first time. So there was so much excitement leading up to it, and my expectations, it was so much more than I expected. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I've been honing in on some new skills that I'll share with you. I've also put up some of my Christmas decor, and that because of that I had to rearrange my craft room and to make room for stuff that I had downstairs where my Christmas tree is. Yes, I have my Christmas tree up. I actually put it up Halloween weekend. And anyway, so my craft room has been reorganized to make room. And I actually like it better. I think I'm going to keep some stuff up here. And then I've been trying to be more consistent with my exercise and intermittent fasting. I will get a little bit more into that because I found a Flosstube actually that talked a little bit about that. So it was really, really cool listening to that. So I'm going to get into some floss tubers that I wanted to mention. Some of them are new to me, and some of them are not, but I have a specific reason for mentioning them. So I have my notes here, so I'm looking down. Lorraine from Rags to Stitches USA. I met her at the retreat, and I have been watching her on Flosstube and never made the connection when I saw her at the retreat, and vice versa. She didn't know I had a Flosstube. So that was really fun to meet her. She does amazing cross stitch projects and quilting projects. I was just blown away by everything I saw at the retreat and by watching her on Flosstube. Stitching is Elementary, Carol Lee. I've mentioned her before, I believe, on my channel, but she and I actually got to meet in person at the retreat. So that was so much fun. And I was so jealous of one of her friends. We were all talking, and such a friendly group of gals. I mean, it was so much fun just for that. You know, just talking and getting to know each other. Carolee and I hit it off really well. We might go antiquing. So it's just so much fun. But anyway, this woman that she said she just came back from a retreat and met Brenda from Brenda and the Cereal Starter. I was like, and she also met Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching, and they are so much fun to watch. I just laugh out loud when I watch them. And Stephanie's stories on Instagram make me laugh. She is so funny. I Okay, well, anyway, Carol Lee shared her floss drops with me. Let me see if I can find them here because I wanted to show you. You'll see me kind of crawling around over here. Where are those? Okay, I think I'll come across them at some point and I'll show you. Okay, well, getting on with the floss tubers. Oh, here they are. Sorry about that. So Stitching is Elementary is Carol Lee's floss tube, and she shared her little vintage schoolhouse floss drops with me. I cut them and put holes in them, but they are so cute. And how fun that she traded with me. Well, I didn't have any to trade. She just gave me some. Fiber Talk, one of their most recent YouTube floss tubes had 3 women that talked about the importance of posture, eye health, and stretching for stitchers. And anatomy is my jam because I'm a personal trainer and I love hearing people talk about stretching and the importance of that. So go in and search for that floss tube. They talked about the distance that you should have your stitching for the health of your shoulders and neck, and what to do for headaches due to eye strain. And I mean, it was great. Really should go and look at that video. Michelle at Penny's Daughter shares, I so identified with her in her last floss tube when she said that she really thinks of the stitching community as her friends, and I love that, and it's so true. Like I said, it's really a friendly group. No creepy people. Not that I found anyway. And so I just really identify with her, and I love her floss tube because she shares slowly and in easy to understand way the linen and the threads that she's using, because I am learning that. That's one of the skills that I'm trying to hone in on, and so I've gotten a little bit more confident to stitch on linen. The Contented Stitcher, Kim, she just did a framing tutorial on thrift store frames, and so she's giving me the inspiration to go and look for frames. I am confident that I can change a frame like she's doing, but I'm not so sure that I'm going to do it. If I had asked my husband to use his saw, I think he would have a heart attack. Not really, but you know, he feels like he needs to show me how to use it, and which, you know, I really don't know how to use it. I probably can figure it out, but I just don't like people hovering over my shoulder when I'm trying to learn something, you know, like I'm a hands-on person and I need the time to focus and do it myself. But he's very protective and wouldn't want me to get hurt, and I think that's why he does it. Felicia at Mouse Potato Designs, oh my goodness, she is like the DIY inspo person, go-to person. If you're not following her on Flosstube or Instagram and you love DIY, it's amazing what I see her doing. And then lastly, and I don't know her first name because I just found her, Simply 3rd Street. She's got such amazing uses for different notions and organization and just general cross stitch and stitching help. It's a great great Flosstube channel. And I have been binge watching Brenda and Laura right from the beginning, and Carol the Saltbox Stitcher. So Brenda and the Cereal Starter, and Carol the Saltbox Stitcher. Both of those Flosstube channels I've been binge watching. So all right, so for my DIY section, I wanted to share with you some Goodwill finds that I plan to use in finishing. So one of them is this frame. It's plastic, but what drew me to it was that detail. So this was only 99 cents. I'm going to take apart the back and put a finish in there. And then the other frame I got was this. I love the detail in it. And I probably will just mount something right on top. But I love the detail in that. And then I got two other pieces for finishing. And I got this inspiration from the Blackbird Designs books that are so beautifully photographed. This is a wire basket. It's very old. I mean, it looks old and feels old. But I thought I would do some kind of finish with that. And then this pretty little, let me put something white behind it so you can see. It's pink and white, and it's ceramic, and it has that little gold detail on it. So I thought I would use this in a finish too. Okay, let's see. Oh, I also did some DIY on some painting that I shared on Instagram. I got this unfinished box from Hobby Lobby. So I love the detail in the hardware, but what really drew me to this was the inside. The fact that I can, ooh, that's like blowing out, isn't it? The fact that I can put a stitched piece on top. There's a mirror inside that I plan to just cover with fabric. But these pieces come out, and I could put like a pin cushion or sewing notions in there. So I plan on doing that as a project with one of the Blackbird Designs charts. So if you want to know the item number of this, you get it at Hobby Lobby in the unfinished wood section, and it's a jewelry box with metal feet is what it's called. And even with my glasses on, I can't even read the item number to give you, but anyway, that's where you would find it. And they've got a lot of unfinished boxes to choose from. So the way I finished my retreat piece, and I'll show you that in a moment, I used this color that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's like a taupe color, and it's called Barcelona Beige, and it gives a chalk appearance, but it's acrylic paint. And then I use a little bit of sandpaper and some beeswax from our bee hives, because over time the beeswax will darken and give it an aged appearance. So I like being able to use something that comes from the hobby farm that I can use, you know, any other way in my crafting. So to give you an idea of what that looks like, I did this box from Goodwill. I sanded it down really good. So this, I used that beige paint, and then I scuffed down the corners to make it look old and rubbed some beeswax on it and put some covered buttons in it. These are the covered buttons that I made. This is 1 1/8, 1 inch 1/8 covered button size, and this is 7/8 Civil War reproduction fabrics. And so that's just a cute little project. I actually practiced on this before I finished my retreat piece. And I'll show you that retreat piece when I show you all my finishes. And then something else that I have fallen in love with are floss charms. And I took, I think the Etsy shop is Lily D's, but I'll show you. It's super easy. She has like a photo jewelry kit, and that's what I purchased to try this out. I printed photos on just like resume paper that had like that linen texture to it, and made them small, and then traced out the shape of the tray, and then put the corresponding cabochon glass cabochon on top. So I just took the stitching pieces that I've completed and made little, this one actually is a sampler my mother-in-law did, so that's a nice memory to have. This is that Christmas sampler that I just finished. This is a part of my Farm Girl, Happy Farm Girl stitched piece. This is a free DMC sampler that I stitched. This was a Blackbird Designs, the bee skep, just a part of that I stitched. And then this is a sampler that my mom did that fit right into that. So these were really fun to do and easy and very affordable. All right, I wanted to show you a project that I'm working on. This is an old muffin tin, and I found this primitive floral pick with bells and greenery and that little gingerbread man at Hobby Lobby, and I glued all the layers together. There's 2 bows there, and attached it with a magnet on this. What I plan to do is I pre-ordered the Stitching with the Housewives gingerbread cookie recipe. I'm going to modify that chart and just stitch the recipe, and I'm going to put it on here with a magnet. I have a whole gingerbread theme for Christmas in my kitchen, so I thought that is going to be perfect. So along with that, I display it with this. This is a cheese grater that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to show you about that little gingerbread in a moment. But this is just I don't know where I got this. It was attached to a gift one year and I saved it. I have a whisk and some greenery inside. And so this sits on a little table in my kitchen along with that muffin pan. And so it's going to be a really cute display. And I have the sign from Hobby Lobby that says, baking spirits bright, and we whisk you a Merry Christmas, with some vintage cookie cutters that were my grandfather's. So here is I guess you can call it a previous finish. 25 years ago, I think it was about, my mom made my sisters and I all these gingerbread people. And I put them in this white pitcher. There's hearts, and they're made out of brown paper bags, and she painted them. My mom is an amazing painter and artist. She mentioned that in our first video, that she's an award-winning painter. So I love these, and I put them in my kitchen with my gingerbread decor. So I mentioned I'm going to be stitching that recipe. Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares has got me with the antique spraying. And I wanted to kind of do something like that. Now this didn't come out, this actually was a practice piece, but I'm going to use it. I took cocoa brown chocolate Rit powder and mixed it up with hot water and just shook it in the spray bottle. And I sprayed a light blue piece of Ada that I'm going to stitch the recipe on. And it came out like this. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it. But I think once I get the recipe stitched on it, what it's going to look like to me is that my work surface, if I was baking, my work surface just got messy with cocoa powder. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm going to use it, and that's what I'm going to put on here with the stitched piece. I'm going to stitch the recipe in white. So, and you know, all of these things I'm learning from you people out there in Flosstube land that has given me confidence to try these different things. So it's been a lot of fun. Okay, let's see, what else? Oh, and I wanted to show you a couple other DIY things that I finished in the past. I mentioned I put my Christmas decorations up, and I made some Christmas ornaments. I think it was last year. So I wanted to show you. A couple of years ago, my mom and I went to the quilt show in Houston, and I got a bunch of old chenille fabric. This is pink. So I made these hoops and beads. So these are, made 4 of these ornaments. I think I did 8 of these. Got the wooden beads and hoops on Amazon. I made some tassels. I just used, and these wooden circles. I just used the Peaches and Cream yarn from Walmart or Hobby Lobby. It's that, here I'll show you. This this kind of yarn. I don't know exactly what that's called. But anyway, I have a basket full of it because I knit dishcloths with it. But I did my color scheme was baby pink, tan, and like a colonial blue. I made those in different sizes. And then I crocheted up some snowflakes and hung them on a wooden circle. So I made those in all 3 colors. And then I just put together the wooden components, and those hang on my tree. And then I have a tree in our bedroom that I made ornaments for the first year my husband and I were married. And they're very delicate. This is just a little styrofoam ball. And then I got this narrow, sparkly silver ribbon, some long pins and beads, and then I put a silk flower on top and this ribbon through. This is a pin that has a loop on it, and it just holds everything together. I'm trying to show you so that you can actually see. The lighting isn't, perfect, but I keep them in this box. It's just a paper mache box, and keep them all in here and use it year after year. I decorated the box a little bit with ribbon. And I thought I'd show you, this is the tree topper. It's just a little like tabletop tree that sits on our dresser. This was a Hallmark ornament I got with the little key, and it's a locket. It says Together Forever on it. 2002, which was the year we got married. And then inside it says True Love is Our Love. And then this is a picture of the first summer my husband and I met. We were so young there. I think I was only 29. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. So that's our tree topper in the bedroom with those little ornaments. All right, so let's see. Whips. I'll share you some whips that I'm doing. I have a crochet project that I shared with you. It sits in this little batter bowl. I got a couple more rows done. It's that filet crochet sampler. And so far I just got the house and the trees done and the flower border at the bottom. I'm beginning the alphabet. So I only do this when I need a break from cross stitch. I know you might be saying, who in the world needs a break from cross stitch? I know. But sometimes we do. We work on something else. And then the other whip I have is, I shared with you my last Flosstube haul where I got all of this yarn from Hobby Lobby. This is Yarn Bee, and it's a pink chunky yarn. And I got size 50 needles. And I'm working on a blanket. That's the back of it. So you can't really appreciate the stitching until I've got a few more rows done, but little by little I've been working on that. It's just stockinette stitch, knit one side, purl the other. And then my last whip is a cross stitch piece I've been working on from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. And I am so enjoying working on this piece. It's called Where Flowers Bloom. My Hands Across the Sea samplers. And I'm doing this on 18 count Davos. I believe the color is khaki or putty. And I'm going to cover my last name. But this is my progress. The colors are so vibrant. The color of the Ada on this is just kind of washing out the brightness of the colors, but I think if I work on this consistently and do like a motif a week, I can get this done in 2021. I was worried about putting 2021 next to my name because I wasn't sure if I would actually finish it in 2021, but I'm gonna work towards finishing it in 2021, so we'll see. All right, so those are my whips, and now I'm going to show you my FFOs. So first I want to show you the retreat piece that I finished. And this is from Blackbird Designs weekend book, and this is how I display it on my cabinet right over here on top. So I've been collecting this depression glass that I thought I would just put some blue vintage buttons in. I'm getting my inspiration from those Blackbird Designs books. The photography is phenomenal. I found a cute pair of embroidery scissors that I had put away. I forgot I had them. But I tied some vintage lace ribbon, and then this is another one of those cabochons from a sampler that I did my first time trying 1/1 on linen, and so I made a little cabochon. So this is the box that I finished with that same paint and beeswax. I took all of the hardware off and painted the box. It was an all-day project, but it was so soothing and calming and just a lot of fun doing it. And this is the quilted piece. So at the retreat we got all of this included in our fee. The rickrack, everything. So we sewed the rows together, quilted it, and then on the inside, they even gave us the tacky glue to do this. On the inside, it's also another quilted component, same as the top. And then we got the crushed walnut shells to finish the pin keep. My sewing isn't that great on this. Another one of my skills that I'm still working on. And then I just put some vintage buttons. I did it exactly like the photo in the book because I love the photo in the book. But I love this pin keep. And then on the bottom is just batting and fabric. So I just love how this turned out, and it was so much fun. I learned some new skills. It was great. So that was our retreat project that we did there. Couple more finishes to show you. My calendar crates for November. I backed it with some fabric from my stash. Let's see, on the back you could see it a little bit better what the pattern is. But I really love this. I love the fall colors, and that's the small. And this is the December calendar crates. This fabric I just got from Walmart. And then this is the small, it's so cute. So I used batting on the back of and the magnets to hang it on that same piece that Priscilla and Chelsea show in on the chart. And then my last FFO is back up the truck for December. So I found the picks at Hobby Lobby, the buffalo check swirly things, the raffia and moss I kept in there from the fall. It helps to hold the picks in there a little bit better. But this is the piece from Hobby Lobby that it's called for. I happened to find it at a antique store of all places. And then there's the stitching. Now, I have been fighting with the magnets on this piece. I keep this checked piece glued to the basket, and then just the stitched piece is on magnets. But I would have glued this fabric to the foam core had I have a chance to do it all over again, because it's very loose because the fabric wants to sag. So if you're doing this kind of a finish, I would recommend the piece that you're putting the magnet to, you reinforce it a little bit more with some glue or extra tape or something, because your stitching will hide that. So it hangs on my fireplace and it just sags a little bit. So I put one more extra magnet, but then it pulls on the fabric. So just a little word of caution. So I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's see, my plans. My plans. Okay, so I plan on doing a couple more project bags with some French General fabric. So I thought I would do this on the outside and then this as my lining for one bag, and just a basic quilted bag, no see-through front and a zipper. And then I thought I'd do this on the outside with that as a lining. So we'll see when I get that done. I don't know. But that's my plan anyway. And then I'm going to crawl over here and pull a couple more things over. So I said I'm mixing up my haul with some of my plans so that this video doesn't get too terribly long. But my daughter, Christiana, she's Soft Serenity Candle Company. She started the business during the pandemic to make some money, and it is taking off for her. So I thought I'd share with you a couple things that I bought that you might be interested in not buying if you don't want to buy them, but the cross stitch ideas I have to go with the candles that she makes. So go back and watch the video that we did together, and she kind of explains the quality of them and everything. But this is a new scent. She uses toxin-free scents. Hazelnut latte. This sits by my coffee maker with my I guess you could call it a little bit of a coffee bar that I have on my counter. It smells awesome. And I have seen some people use this type of shape for a drum. And I know there's a lot of coffee cross stitch patterns out there that would be so cute to make this like a drum. And then she had a sample pack that I bought, and I assumed they were going to be little glass containers, but these are metal, and I thought even better because I can use this to keep little, what do you call it, needle minders on. When they're empty, I can store my needle minders in there. But I thought, how cute would this be to do a little mini drum with a pin cushion on top? They are so cute. But anyway, dried gin and cypress is this scent. It's actually, that is my favorite one. Gingerbread, Christmas hearth, and white birch. So much fun, and I'll be able to use these for cross-stitch finishes. So if you like candles and like to repurpose things, that's a great project. Okay, so part of my plan is to be monogamous with my Hands Across the Sea samplers. I just want to get that done in 2021. I'm also going to be doing a birthday start and a 20th wedding anniversary start in 2022. So I want to share that with you. I want to just go through a couple of the Blackbird Designs books I've been collecting. And then I'll end with the two that my plans are. Sweetheart Pockets, Basket of Cherries. This is In Friendship's Way. That little basket that bird is holding, that's where I got the idea to use that wire basket that I got from Goodwill. Sewing Club. Oh my goodness, this is where I'm going to use the ideas for the drums on the candles. Same with Winds of Autumn. And Sweet Land of Liberty. And I'm just going through these really quick because I know a lot of you are already familiar with these. Ooh La La. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Honeysuckle Manor. This is a beautiful book. This one I already bought on my 50th birthday, but I'll show it again. I just got this one yesterday. I like the Christmas pattern in here. Leona's Sewing Box. Pink Hill Manor. I love the pink house. And then this is the weekend book that we were able to get at the retreat. On the back you'll see the box and the pin keep. And then I got this cross stitch pattern as well. This cross stitch pattern is also in the Ooh La La book I just showed you. And then lastly, so my birthday start plan I think is going to be March of the Daffodils. So my birthday is in March, and I thought I would do this little stocking. And my 20th anniversary start is going to be this Bluebird of Happiness. Our house is blue, so this is what drew me to it. And there's a date here, but I'm going to put our house number on that to commemorate our 20th wedding anniversary, because we are, my husband adopted my kids, so this is our first home that we still live in it. So, of course, our kids were in our wedding, and so they were a big part of our family, of course. So our first home together, I couldn't just separate the two. So I thought I would put our initials in different colors. So the first initial of our first names in different colors. And just to commemorate us becoming a family 20 years ago. All right. So I contemplated doing a New Year's start. I don't know. We'll see. And if I do, it's going to be this Bristol Berries 3. I have not done strawberries ever, so I thought, you know, that's another skill that I want to learn, so I might do that. And then also a couple more plans that I have is that sampler that I purchased at the retreat. I got all the threads for it. This is the sampler. And all the threads and linen. So I want to get that started early next year. And also I ordered this after seeing Country Stitcher's Flosstube. Liz was talking about this pair that her Stitches Unlimited, this LNS that she works at, was doing exclusively. So I called and she answered the phone. I was like, Liz! It was so fun to talk to her. She is just as pleasant on the phone as she is in her videos. And then everything you need to complete the pair. So I've never done a project like this, stand up like that. So I thought, that's another skill that I want to learn and do in the new year. Let's see. I am looking at my notes. All right, I'm going to run through my linen parade. Whenever I watch Flosstube, I love to see all the linen that you guys are using. So I thought I would go through my linen because I'm just learning how to stitch on linen. I'm not going to take them out of the bag. I'm just going to show you. So this is Welchilt Latte, 32 count. 32 count ballet slipper by Fox and Rabbit. I ordered this on Etsy. I hope the color, there, that's much better. That's the color. This is 32 count Lugana limestone. It's like a pale, pale green color. There we go. Oops. I think I've showed you this before. This is that Aztec Red by Weeks, 32 count. I love this one. I think I like the name. It's chocolate raspberry. It's a very dark red, so it compares to this darker. Also by Welchelt. This is 32 count Belfast linen dirty. This is 32 count Belfast linen and sweet pea. I really like that color. I think I've showed this before. This is 30 count Weeks tin roof. $30 count Portobello from Fat Quarter Shop. I noticed that a lot of the Blackbird designs calls for 30 count, at least in the books that I have. So I wanted to kind of get some stash of that. This is Parisian Gray. Water Lily. I love this one. Very pale, pale green by Welchelt. And then Fiber on a Whim, 28 count cashel linen in caramel macchiato. The modeling on this is so nice. And then lastly, I'm going to be doing a lot of holiday baking. I can't wait. We have a tradition where my dad and my mom have all of us over, including the grandkids, to make Italian pastries out of my grandparents' old recipes. So I'm going to be going to a Bread Becker's, is a local business here where I live, where they teach you how to mill your own whole grains and make sweet treats by substituting whole grain flour. And so they do a Christmas class every year. So I'll be making a lot of bread, and I hope to attend that Christmas class. I want to try a couple recipes out of my new Pioneer Woman cookbook. I love her books. Just like Blackbird Designs collection, I like to collect her cookbooks. I love the stories in them, the photos, everything. So, well, I'm looking around, and I think I've gone over everything. You can see where I'm surrounded by stuff here. So thanks for joining me, everybody. It was fun. Got this done in just under an hour. So I hope to see you before the holidays. If not, have a very Merry Christmas. But you can follow me on Instagram at Little Annie Z. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.